What is up, my man? Here we are, officially at the end of night one. Let's talk about what we found on the paint. So as we discussed earlier, we have already gone around and done the full decon and gotten all of the gunk off of the truck. But after that is the paint inspection. Now I'm sure behind me, you see a bunch of different colored pieces of tape, which indicate different things that we found across the truck. Now, being that we are about to PPF 100% of this bad boy, we need to discuss what each of these are and how far down this rabbit hole you want to go. To be a little proactive, we did a few tests. So you see these spots here. These are just little micro rock chips that we found all along here. But being curious of what it would look like once we put PPF on here, obviously you can see what these chips look like. And this is what about 15 of them looked across here. Once we put the PPF on, you can't really see them. It enhances the depth of the paint. As you can see, it's much darker here than it is without the PPF. So you can really see how this is going to enhance the paint in general with this. But just so happens what you can't see are those little rock chips we have over there, because they were definitely all in this area. So all in all, that really answers a lot of questions that we were going to have about several, the large majority of the defects that we found, because most of them fall in that category of the micro rock chips. But all of your fenders have some pretty gnarly damage or defects. And what we've got over here, which I believe every single fender has a little bit of this on it, where just these big meaty tires are slinging things up and it's causing some pretty intense physical damage on the plastic pieces. We could make this look a little better. Sort of up to you if you want to chase that rabbit. The real sort of important pieces we need to talk about, things like this and this right here. This one on the driver's side of the hood and one right on the front of the hood. Both of those, I am pretty sure, is rust forming under the paint. Probably from an impact from a rock chip. That being that you've just come from Texas, salt water getting on metal, never a good thing. So we do have some rust. There's really no great way to get that off. I mean, we could chisel it, scrape it out, put some paint, wet sand it down, then PPF it. It's really up to you, again, if that's really a major concern for you. We can discuss that further tomorrow if you choose. Again, just all the green, I guess I should have said that earlier. All of the things you see that are green indicate minor rock chip or scratch, something that an impact has removed paint. Then we've got the orange pieces here. All of the orange indicates somewhere that there has been a defect, but someone, I don't know if it's you or another detailer, has put paint in already to try to reduce the effect of the defect itself. These, they were done pretty well. A little bit more of a finesse touch would have made it better, but nothing really too much to worry about. Once you put the PPF on there, you might see a slight blemish from it if you really look for it. The blue, something you already know about, those are the dents. I will have an answer for you on the dent repair on that tomorrow. But all in all, just really need to know if you want to chase down the rock chips that we have, put a little paint in them, or at least the ones that I think will show through the PPF. Now, coming back over to this door where we put the pieces of PPF, while these aren't showing, this one definitely will show, just because there's a lot of paint missing from that, and it actually goes all the way down to the substrate. All of these you see here, I'm fairly certain are gonna fall under this category, that once we put the PPF on there, it's just gonna sort of mask them with the intense flake that we have going on in this paint. As far as all of the rock chips, I think could benefit from adding paint and doing rock chip repair, I'd say about 5. I will be going around and doing spot wet sanding on a few of these orange things, just because there's a little too much paint on a few of them that I'm not going to charge you for. I'm just going to do that. You're already, paying a good bit of money for what we're doing currently. So you just let me know if you want me to chase down think about 5 rock chips. I'll get the paint, I'll put it on there, I'll wet sand it down, do all of that. That will be an extra $200 if you do want to chase those down. I'm sure you've noticed by now as we've walked around, all of your badges have been taken off, and they have left a pretty gnarly discoloration all the way around every panel that has the badging, or had the badging. There's no way around it. Those panels need to be polished, and to ensure that we don't have any type of issue with the fluidity of the clarity of the PPF, the paint or anything, each panel, so this fender on both sides, front door on both sides, your tailgate, and yeah, I think that was it. Those, 5 panels will need to be fully polished just to ensure we get it nice and fluid with one consistent color of paint. I don't foresee us having an issue with seeing any type of difference from panel to panel because there will be a break, but if we just polish this and leave the rest of this unpolished, I fear that we will see a slight discoloration. So to do those 5 or 6 panels, I'll have to run the numbers on that. I'll get that for you first thing in the morning. And that's where we're at. I know this was a mouthful. There was a lot to go over because there was a lot going on with your truck. So that's where we're at, man. Until we talk tomorrow, have a good night.
Trendsetter, whoa, league of my own, it don't get better. No, read what I wrote, I'm a bestseller. Yeah, reach for my goals, hit it dead center.